Well, hello there, friends. It's Gremlin027 bringing you another video today about Destiny. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I like to kill crota using the left side strategy. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step of how I like to execute this plan, and also how my teammates like to do theirs as well. Okay, so at the first part, we activated the crystal, and now we're going through the rooms, and we're just clearing out all the enemies, as you can see. And then afterwards, person with the sword, being me, as a level 31 hunter, I am the one that always grabs the chalice first, because I can either cloak myself using the escape artist, or getting meleeed by a thrall or acolyte. Now coming over here, grabbing the chalice, I am actually telling my teammates that there are boomers and the sword bearers out at the time, so they are taking care of boomers and such. And now, as the person holding the chalice, you want to make sure that all your teammates are all healed up, so that if anything does go wrong, that they can have some leeway into getting healed and stuff. So I'm grabbing the sword here, I'm coming over, and when I'm coming over to this rock right here, when I cloak, I say shoot him or drop him. And then when I come over here, I'm being a level 31 hunter, I usually get about 3 hits in. If I time it just perfectly, I can get about 4 or maybe 5, depending on which one. Now I'm going again. I'm trusting my teammates so that they know what they're doing. Now, at this point, I know I could have gotten like at least 1 or 2 more hits, but I didn't want to risk it or anything, because if somebody does die, an oversoul will appear. It's basically a big old green oracle planet thingamajigger that you have to shoot and kill. Now, it's necessary that all of your teammates stay alive during this part. If anything does go wrong, it's going to waste time, and it's going to take longer to execute this plan. Now right here, we usually wait until crota gets back to the middle each time we get the sword. So crota's on the right hand side, as you can see, and now the sword bearer is out. Now because crota is over on that right hand side, what we do is we lightly try to tackle the sword bearer until we know that crota is going directly into the middle. Now right here, I accidentally went a little bit early, but I guess it worked out perfectly for this time. But I suggest that you wait until you really know that crota is in the middle. Now I'm going up again, going cloaked, just waiting, see how I can get in there and get a few weak strikes and then one big strong strike. I usually get 3 large heavy blows in there. Now this is the second sword, mind you, so after this one, what can appear is ogres, so they usually come after on every 2 swords. Now if you do not do any damage with the sword to crota, there's been instances where the ogres will spawn, and they can do some hefty damage, them being on 32 and most of us being level 31. Now right here, we like to use Hutch's strategy of taking care of the ogres by sitting back in the middle here, and then when we see the ogres, we usually pop a bubble in the back of the room so that we can have weapons light and dispatch them very quickly. Now after this, because me being out of the bubble and not having that protection, I usually grab the chalice here, and we just try to dispatch of these as quickly as possible, because the sword bearer will not respawn until you have taken care of those ogres. Now I'm just cloaking to see where crota is at the moment. See how he's on the left hand side? Crota will switch sides every sword, so be careful of that. So now we're just playing the waiting game and waiting until we know that he's going into the middle. and when we do so, we just stick to that left-hand side. Now, at this point, we thought there were going to be thralls in the room that me and my teammates usually hang in the back, but for this lucky instance, there was no thralls in there. But when you do head back into that room, you want to make sure you clear all the thralls in there, so that you don't get stuck up behind using a exploding thrall comes behind you. So you want to be careful of that during this raid, because one death can really change the game of this, especially being level 31 and not doing as much damage as I would be if I were level 32. Now, what I did there is I meleeed him and I went invisible. So usually what I do is I wait until my teammates take him down. Now I only got a few strikes in. Now this was a pretty gutsy move right here, if I do say so myself. What I did was I jumped onto that little pillar or little table right there. I cloaked myself, I went up, but I lost the sword. So if that does happen, don't try to risk your life. And now I do suggest that hunters be the main sword bearer because of their agility and their jumps and their ability to survive with the cloak on. It has saved me many times during this raid. And I might make a note of that. I am using the Don't Touch Me gauntlets, which do turn me invisible if I am meleeed during this fight. So now we only got one rotation into him, but we could have got two if we didn't take so long to drop the sword bearer. Now right here I'm using my Gallahorn to try to dispatch of the sword bearer as fast as possible, because I know it's getting close to the end and I know that Enrage is going to be here pretty soon. So trusting my friends to take down a shield, I know that they're going to take it out. Now that's very well timed. Now once it usually takes about 3 hits and then he goes into that stasis where he's going to turn yellow and pop up. Now when he is yellow, he is immune to all attacks. Now as you can see that he only has a sliver of health, like one or two hits, heavy hits, should take him down. But we decided to play it safe and not to waste any time. We just said, hey, we'll deal with the ogres and we'll dispatch of them with the next sword. So we're just repeating the process with the other 2 swords that we did before. It's in this room, wait until the ogre spawn in, and then we just take care of business from here on out. Now during this point, me and my fire team were trying to debate on how much time we had left until he enrages, but I do not think that I think we do get like a warning that he's about to enrage. So with a 32, obviously this is going to be much easier. So hopefully when I am able to become level 32, then I can be the primary sword bearer. But for the hard raid that's going to be coming out on this week, Wednesday at 10 Pacific time, 10 a.m. This is going to be kind of the situation where Crota is going to be at level 33 and you are only going to be at level 32 depending on your sword bearer. Now at this point we did have thralls spawn behind us, so they're taking care of the thralls, but we kind of changed maneuvers and we said, hey, let's go all out and let's try to take out that sword bearer as fast as possible. Now we know that Rage is near due to that warning right above my super bar, so we just said, hey, we need to take him down like right now. But the sword bearer isn't playing very nice right now, so we are just saying, hey, let's try to get him down as fast as possible before he rotates. But what happens is that when I come up to there, he is already rotating by the time. Now my teammates are letting me know, so what I like to do is I like to jump here, and by the time that I knew, get one heavy hit and then finish them off with two little weak hits. But that's going to be the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you again next time in Destiny. Thank you.